you have, Gus? You got your little toy? Alright guys, we're down here with Gus for our week 2 video recap. We're just getting him warmed up with a little bit of play. He's waking up, stretching out, chasing the toy. Hi buddy. Yeah, good boy. In this video, we're going to quickly review our skills from last week, from week 1, and I'm also going to show you the new skills that we introduced the pups for week 2. Just like last week, I'm going to recommend that as soon as you finish watching Gus's recap video, that you go into the video library and now you watch all the videos for week 2, okay? It's going to make all the things that I'm doing with the puppies just make a lot more sense. So I highly recommend that. There's also other resources on that webpage that I definitely think you should read and check out before your puppy comes home. What are you doing, buddy? You sniffing? You ready to play? Someone left a treat from the last puppy. All right, I think I'm going to grab some of our snacks here. Let's put his toy away for a second. And we're going to get our clicker. And just like last week, we're going to start by charging this clicker. Right? When he hears the click, he gets his cookie. Good boy, Gus. And we're just going to do that a couple of times this week. So like I said, we're just going to quickly recap our skills from week 1. Also, now that we're adding more things, we don't want the puppies to get too full. Happens sometimes at the end. Maybe we have to skip the handling exercise, but that's okay. You can reference someone else's video, or sometimes I'll try to get a little bonus video if I can remember. Gus. So then we move into following a food lure. Remember, we go back and forth. Both hands. Gus. Good boy, buddy. I'm pairing it with his name. You want to do that one more time? Gus. Yeah, that's a sweet puppy. Good boy. All right, and let's also review our hand targets real quick too. So puppies are doing good with the hand targets. I'm not using food in my hand. Touch. Good boy. When I feel his cute little nose, I'm marking that, then feeding him. Watch that again. Gus, touch. Yeah, you're so gentle with your touch. He has the nicest, little, lightest nose boot. One more time, buddy. Gus, touch. Good boy. There we go. Here it is. Perfect job, puppy. Okay, new exercise for week 2. This is called the flying cookie game. I'm going to show Gus a piece of food, toss it on the ground. Okay. Make some space. Gus. And then I'm going to call him back over to me. That's a good boy. I'm going to do that again. Okay, get it. Cookie on the ground. Gus. And call him back to me. Yeah, that's a big piece. Wow, good job, buddy. Get it. Little tail wagging the whole time. Gus. Yeah, there's a little speed. Good job, Bubs. All right, so you can see how this game, again, it teaches our puppy what their name is. It's also starting to teach them a foundation of when they hear their name, they should come back to us if we're calling them. At some point, you certainly could start to layer in a more formal recall cue like come. Usually I just start with baby puppies, just start with their name, get them used to responding to their name. Good job, buddy. Where's your toy? So we're going to take a little play break just for a second. Good boy. Then we'll move on to our next set of exercises in just a second here. What are you doing? You sniffing my shoe? Are you a sweet man, huh? Some pets, get some attention. Where's your toy? Huh? Get it, get it, get it. Get that toy. I did say this in some of the other videos as well. If you're trying to get your puppy to play with you, if you're trying to get them interested in a toy, you see what I'm doing with the flirt pole? I'm just kind of like moving it back and forth across the ground. I'm kind of putting it around him and in front of his face and stuff like that, but what I'm not doing is I'm not taking the toy and hitting the puppy with the toy. Sometimes I see people trying to get their dogs to play with them and they take the toy and they like smack the dog with the toy, and if anything, that is just going to teach the puppy or the dog to want to avoid the toy, right? And so, you know, persistence pays off. As you could see, he did start to interact with it a little bit before there. He picked it up, we played a little bit of tug. So just keep this in the back of your mind. When you're playing with your puppy, you don't need to hit them with the toy. You can get them interested in the toy just by moving it around right out in front of them, okay? All right, so I'm gonna pick this up for now, and let's move on to our next set of training exercises. Last week we practiced, or we taught the puppies sit, so let's review a couple of sits. Ready, Gus? Sit. Good boy. That's a nice sit. Okay, we use our release word to mean that he can get up out of the sit. He's gonna offer me some sits now because he's a very polite boy. Good boy. Come here. Sit. What a smarty pants. And what a polite man. Okay. He's doing great with his sits. Let's see if we can get a couple downs now. So we introduced down this week. And we start by having the puppy in the sit position. And then we're going to see if we can just lure them down all the way to the ground. We're going to click when his elbows right there are on the ground. Good boy, Gus. How did you get so far away from me? You like went backwards. Good job, buddy. So again, we're going to use our release cue, okay, to mean he can get up out of the down. We got floppy little baby puppies right now, so the down might not be like a perfect Sphinx down. Totally fine. Okay, why don't you come over here, get a little closer. Good boy, sit. Down. There we go, good boy. So I'm really waiting for his elbows to settle into that down on the ground. Very nice job. I'm feeding him a couple for finding position, a little bit of duration, and then okay. And then I'm going to release him out. Okay? What a good job, buddy. All right, we're going to use the down as more criteria for our mat. So let's work on the mat next. Last week, we just wanted the puppies getting onto the mats, getting forepaws on. This week, we've upped our criteria to we want our puppies to get on the mat and we want them to lay down. Okay? So let's see how Gus does with that. If we need to help him find the down, we can. But I think yeah, good boy. He's going to offer it to us. Good job, buddy. Once he finds the down, I'm going to feed him again, a few pieces in a row, just to work on that duration. Holding the down. So he's holding position on the mat. Then we're going to release him off. Gus, okay. There it is, bub. Get it. Very nice, puppy. You found it. Good job, buddy. And we're going to do that a few times in a row. Wow, what a smart boy. Look at you. Now, you might notice with Gus, as I'm coming in with the cookie, he almost wants to roll himself over onto his back. And that's just because he's just being a little submissive puppy. It's very normal at this age to constantly go over on their back, and some people misinterpret that as wanting belly rubs. I mean, you certainly could give the puppy a belly rub at that point. See how he's doing that right now? Okay. But it's more just like a normal puppy behavior. It's him saying, I'm a weak, vulnerable puppy. I know you're coming close to me. And especially when I'm training, I'm just going to feed the dog in a way that makes them have to go back upright again, because I want my dog to be confident in what it is that I'm asking them to do. And they don't have to show being a super submissive puppy to me in that moment. You know what I mean? Good boy. So again, as soon as he offers me that down, there's one paw. Yeah, good boy. I'm going to click, and he just wants to be a cute submissive puppy, but I'm just telling him, no, you can stay upright. You can get your cookies. That's a good boy. All I want from you in this behavior is just that you're lying calmly on the mat, and he's doing that very well, right? So we're feeding him in a way that he doesn't feel like he needs to roll over onto his back at all. Good job, buddy. He just stood up because he was starting to fall off of the mat. So I'm just going to feed him one more in the down position. Here you go. Oh my God, you're so silly. And then we're going to release him off. Okay. Yeah, that's a good man, Gus. That's a smart boy. So he's doing great with the mat. Love everything about that. Let's see if he wants to take a little play break again. What do you think, buddy? What do you smell over there? Somebody's old stale treats? Yeah, get your toy. There we go. So I wasn't as playful when I first came down because I was hungry. Yeah, there we go. Good boy. Oh, do you love your toy? Boop. Give me that. Oh, I got it. Can you taste it? Wow. Good job, buddy. All right, so the next thing that we're going to practice with Gus is getting into his crate. So the puppies have been sleeping in their crates on their own each night, but we also want to teach them to love their crates. Look at, he's got some speed now. We want to teach them to love their crates and to go into their crates on their own when we ask them to. So that's what this next exercise is going to be about. Get this out here. What do you think? I'm going to take this from you. He's like, no, you're not. Oh, good boy, I got it. You're going to have it back in a minute. Yeah, what do I got? So for week 2, we introduced going into the crate on their own just by luring them in with some cookies. Gus already wants to explore the crate a little bit, which is great. I'm just going to drop some food in there. And this is an exercise too where a lot of times each puppy might be at slightly a different step in it, right? Some of the dogs are happy to walk in, get all 4 paws into the crate for one cookie. There we go, Gus. And Gus needed just a little bit of luring for him to get in. But he is doing good with getting 4 paws in. Take a little break. Okay, good boy. I put that right in front of your nose. You're so silly. You want to go back in? Look it, here, there's a freebie. Good boy, Gus. Kennel. So as he's exploring the crate, getting those cookies, I'm just pairing it with the cue, kennel. So he's just starting to build the association that when I say kennel, I want him to go into the crate, right? If he does get all 4 paws in like he did before, I will click the clicker because that's marking the exact behavior that I want. Even though I'm luring him in with multiple cookies, the dog will still start to understand that click means, oh, this is the ultimate thing that she wants. Ready? You want to try one more? Are you getting full? Gus is the smallest puppy in this litter, so I'm also not surprised if he's going to get full a little bit more quickly than the other puppies, right? Yeah, you see all those treats in there, you silly boy. You just got to step in there and get it. You already did it once. Come here. This way. Yeah, good boy. You can do it. There you go. Good boy. There's some more. Good job, Gus. Good boy. And so this is a fun one to watch as the puppies gain more and more confidence with going into their crate on their own each week. I think Gus might be over this one now. He got in here a couple times. He did pretty good with that, so I think we're going to end it there. I do have some handling exercises I want to show you. Yeah, I'm stealing all your treats out of here. Let's see how he does. He does seem like he's getting a little full. So last week in week 1, we just practiced some simple handling, some simple restraint. Yeah, what happened to all your snacks? I stole them. This week for week 2, we introduced grooming tools. Let's see if he wants to take a little potty break. Go potty in the box. Yeah, good boy. That's going to make you feel better too. Remember that if it's not super comfortable for you to get down on the ground, you can certainly pick the puppy up and put them up onto a surface. Let's see if he's still hungry. You're licking it a little bit. So last week we just practiced some handling exercises, just petting, a little restraint, and then we moved into handling different body parts, Just kind of doing this really quick because I can tell that he's getting full. Then this week, what we did with our grooming tool, are you done? Right when I was going to do that. We just start to pet them with the grooming tool. You can reference maybe one of the other puppies' videos like right at the end if you want to. So I'm just going to hold that food lure and I'm just going to pet him with the nail clippers. Do the same thing with the brush or whatever else that you've got, right? What do you see? Yeah, good boy. There you go. Yeah, you got it. I'm not going to push it with Gus right now just because I know he is full and I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to trick him by touching him with something. And then I would take the nail clippers and just touch them to each foot as well. So I think maybe it was, oh no, I can't remember, one of the other black and tan puppy who got full at the end too. Maybe I'll try to get a little bonus video of them just with the grooming tool next week. But they've all been doing really good with this. Make sure that you check out the video library for that and for the other exercises. Come here, sweet boy. And we'll see you next week for week 3. Yeah, you're such a good boy, Gus.